So, 7 p.m. GMT +1. Oh my God. Oh my God, everyone. Everyone, oh my God. So, it's session 12. Yes, I know. All of you have been waiting for today's session. I know it's been a long journey. Well, long probably, for the amount of knowledge we've been sharing, but actually it's been a short 4 weeks. Ah, guys, I cannot believe we reached this level. I mean, we went this far, we reached this level, in our training. So really, hello everyone. Good morning, wherever you are in the world. Good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Good evening, wherever you are in the world. So, hello and welcome to our session 12. So far we have completed 11 sessions. We have completed them with a lot of love, with a lot of passion, with a lot of joy and excitement. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this ride, this journey with us. Have you? Please tell me, have you enjoyed them? Did you have fun? Did you have a lot of knowledge? Did you learn? Did you enjoy sharing what you have learned? So we're really glad. We're so glad we have reached this far. So really, guys, today's session, I call it la crème de la crème. Okay, so la crème de la crème is a French expression. It is used in English a lot. Okay, and it means the best of the best. Actually, since the very first session, I told you guys, in the first 11 sessions, you will learn two major things. Two two important things in the first 11 sessions. You will learn, please listen to this. I want you to write it down tomorrow in your summary post. In the first 11 sessions, we have learned how to manage projects. So, each one of you, right after you finish this training, you're supposed to be capable of, first of all, distinguishing between what is an operational work, like a daily routine work, repetitive work, and what is a project. If we have a change, if we have a mission, if we have initiative, okay, that's a project. So after this training, you're capable of distinguishing between operations and projects, programs and projects, and you have learned all the techniques, how to initiate a project. So in the project initiation, what to do, in the project planning, what to do, in the project execution, what to do, in the project controlling, what to do, in the project closing, what to do. If you're managing it in a waterfall, and if you're managing it, with adaptive project management, so how to initiate an adaptive project, how to run sprints, etc. Okay, how to deliver value, etc., etc. So actually, after, in the first 11 sessions, you have learned two major things. One, how to identify, manage, and succeed in projects. Okay, and session two. Sorry, and the second thing, how actually to understand PMI's mindset, and how to understand PMI mindset, because we tried to hit two birds by one stone in this program. Learn project management with all the tools, the templates, the techniques, and second, understand PMI's mindset, because in the PMP exam, you will need to answer all the questions in the PMP exam according to PMI's mindset. Okay? So, what have we learned so far in this journey? Okay? So, already since before the start of the program, we told you we will have 12 chapters. Okay? So, chapter one, business environment, boom, that's done, that's complete. Okay, we've learned, what's the business environment, what are the enterprise environmental factors. We've had an introduction to project management. Understood the whole concept of project program operations, success factors, regulations, types of PMOs, types of organizations, etc. Okay, business case, feasibility study, etc. After that, we have chapter two. Chapter two, in chapter two, we learned, how to identify stakeholders, how to analyze their level of power and interest, how to keep them engaged, how to measure their satisfaction, etc. In chapter three, we have learned, how to assemble a team, how to organize them, provide them with the environment they need, how to understand their needs, how to motivate them, how to manage communications, resolve conflicts, and how to exercise leadership, okay, with the project team members, okay? Then in chapter 4, we learned adaptive project management. We've learned about few adaptive approaches: incremental approach, iterative approach, full agile approach. Also, what's rolling with planning, what's progressive elaboration, the types of delivery cadence, exactly. And then we dived we dove into Scrum. So we delved into Scrum actually. So we learned Scrum, Scrum principles, Scrum roles, Scrum initiation, Scrum sprints, events in Scrum, roles in Scrum, servant leadership, removing impediments, artifacts, delivering value, releases, etc., etc., etc. Then chapter 5, we learned about waterfall project management, which is predictive project management, how to manage, how to identify the scope in waterfall, how to build a schedule, and also, we learned about hybrid project management, which is a combination between predictive and adaptive project management practices. And also we learned about tailoring. Then in chapter 6, we've learned about planning techniques. So all the techniques for planning, like the techniques for estimating, techniques for um, uh, collecting requirements. Then in chapter 7, we've learned how to perform the project work, how to pay attention to the way the team is performing, is working, how to conduct project meetings, how to manage project knowledge, how to have lessons learned meeting, etc., etc. In chapter 8, we've learned, how to manage procurement, so procurement management plan, and also contract types. In chapter 9, we've learned, how to manage quality, how to build quality, for the product, and also, all right. So sorry guys, so it seems like a lot of people are having issues connecting. Okay, so that's why I'm just receive a lot of messages that people couldn't connect. I don't understand why. Okay, so right. Anyway, so chapter 9, we managed how to, respond to the quality requirements, how to build the expected level of quality, and how to find out, how to find out about the root cause of any quality issues and how to resolve that. And chapter 10, of course, we learned, how to manage project risks, how to identify, how to build the project, how to build the risk management plan, identify risks, analyze risks qualitatively and quantitatively, how to prioritize risks, how to plan risk response, follow up on the response plan, and monitor risks. Okay. Chapter 11, which was last week's last session's chapter, sorry. So we learned how to measure performance. We've learned about earned value. I think, guys, you enjoyed the earned value a lot, right? Yeah, exactly. So earned value was one of the most interesting tools and techniques. And then in today's session, we will have la creme de la creme, okay? I didn't want to give this chapter really a number, even though it's chapter 12, but this is called la creme de la creme because in this chapter we will have a summary of all, we'll share with you new tips, new techniques. At the end of each chapter, at the end of each one of these previous chapters, we've had the tips and tricks at the end of each chapter. But in today's session, we will learn about new tips and tricks. We will have a number of drag and drop questions, which are very important to understand, because you might have very similar ones in your PMP exam. And we will share with you very, very important information about how to prepare for the exam, how to where to take the exam, etc., etc., etc. And of course, we will share with you all the next steps. Okay, so first of all, a lot of people are asking. Okay, a lot of people are asking, what is the preparation plan? How can I prepare for the project? Okay, so actually, I'm sharing with you the plan, which we share it with our um, internal students. Okay, it's the exact same plan we share with our students. And let me tell you something, really, like, let me tell you something. Um, we have students who have set a national record, and some of them even almost an international record. For example, in January, one guy approached me, said, Ahmed, I want to join one of your ongoing training. Okay. So I told him, okay, I will add you to this group. And here's the plan. And I gave him this exact plan. So he joined the group. It was one of the groups which took place in December, and they finished in January. So I told him, okay, you join this group and just follow this plan. Just follow this exact plan. Okay. So I shared with him really this plan. In exact 21 days, he got his PMP certification. In exactly 21 days. It was a national record and an international record. Almost, like, I mean, I cannot confirm 100% that it is an international record, but I know that usually, mostly in the world, it takes between 1 month up to 6 months for people, you know, to um, pass the exam, from the moment they start the training, and then they pass the exam. Okay, but really, this person did it in just 3 weeks, and he never learned about project management before. He told me that he's totally new, like, to project management, really. So that's why I'm really sharing with you this exact plan, which we have shared with them. Okay, so now, after we have completed all the sessions, so today is session 12. So after we have completed all the sessions, here's your revision plan, okay, your preparation plan. So first thing you need to do is you need to rewatch the full course videos and take your own notes. And that you will do it in 1 week. It will take you 1 week to do it. So our course is almost 35 hours. Of course, if we will consider the complementary videos we shared with you on YouTube, we shared with you a couple of videos on YouTube, and we will share two more videos on YouTube. But actually, first thing you need to do is rewatch all the videos of all the sessions and make sure you take your notes. You need to go, because the videos, the full recordings of the videos, they contain the slides. So either you watch the video, you watch the video and take notes, or you can watch the video, have the training material in front of you, and take notes right on that material. But definitely, I'm sharing with you the perfect plan. Really, guys, this is the perfect plan which helped our students secure or get their PMP certification in a matter of few weeks. And I can tell you, really, I assure you, one of the guys, he did it in just 3 weeks from zero, not knowing anything. He followed this plan. He joined one of the groups, which they are, and he watched the recordings, and really, he managed to get his PMP certification. Okay, so That's the first thing you need to do. So rewatch full course videos and take notes. You need to take your personal notes. By watching the videos of all the sessions, you will listen to me. You will hear me talking. So you can write down my notes, my own, like whatever I said as notes, as side notes. You can write them down, but you need to add your personal notes. So you need also to make sure you take your personal notes. This will take you about 1 week. You need to spend like probably 5 to 7 hours a week. Sorry, 5 to 7 hours a day. 5 to 7 hours a day. But you will do this in about 1 week. And please listen to this secret, because bullet number 2 is actually a secret. Now, for bullet number 2 is what you need to do after you have rewatched all the videos. Then you start rewatching chapter by chapter. So you rewatch first chapter, and then you take the chapter quiz, which is about 25 questions. Then you rewatch chapter 2, and you take the chapter quiz, which has got also 25 questions. Now, you might wonder, where can we find those chapter quizzes? Well, actually, you can find them, in our internal education platform, exams platform, okay? So actually, of course, you will have access to this, if you have access to our internal education platform. We have exams, we have quizzes, and we have mini exams, okay? So our quizzes, they're split by chapter. You can see that. Okay, so this is just a demo one, like the business environment is a demo one. But actually, when you have the access, you will have fully, each chapter has got 25 questions. Each chapter has got 25 questions, and you have them in English or in Francais, in French, English or French. Okay, so actually, you have these quizzes. They will really help you very well understand deeply each chapter. Okay, you will also have exams, and again, it's in English, it's in Francais, okay, in French. Okay, so you will have full exams, with a timer, etc. So let me give you a demo practice. Okay, so for example, let's say you got access to our internal education platform, and you got access to our exams platform. Okay, so actually, how can you use the exams, the quizzes, or the mini exams? Okay, so actually, let's say I'm going to click on this demo one. So here you can see the timer. You can see a timer here. This timer here is calculating how much time I'm spending on each question. So far, I haven't answered the question yet. Okay, so it's calculating for me how much time I'm spending on each question. And here I have the total exam question countdown. So it started, from 3 hours, 50 minutes, 59 seconds, and it's counting down, because you need to make sure you pay attention. You need to pay attention. You need to make sure that you pay attention to the exam, to the time during the exam. So here I have added a new option for you. Like, this platform is very similar to the one which you will use. We will show you later on the OnView platform, which you will use, in the real exam. So not only you have the countdown of the total time for the exam, but it tells you how much time you're spending on each question. So for example, I'm going to answer question. I don't know the answers. I'm not going to read the question, and I'm just going to pick any answer. So okay, I'm just picking answers, submitting answers, whatever. Like, I really don't know. Okay, definitely hire, not. I don't hire. Okay, assess. Definitely it's going to be assess something. I don't know. Okay, I'm not reading carefully. Okay, I'm not reading carefully. Okay, I'm not reading carefully. I'm not reading the question. I'm not reading the answers. Okay, now let's suppose, now this is just a demo. You can see the time has paused, because now I have a pop-up window. It says, oh, would you like to take a 10-minute break? This will pause the exam. Okay, now you see, only the timer for the question number 4 has stopped, but actually the exact time is still counting. Only by clicking yes, you see the exam time, it paused. You can see here it paused, and now the 10 minutes are counting down. The 10 minutes are counting down. Now, once the 10 minutes are over, then the timer, the exam time, goes back again, on again, and I automatically automatically move to question 5, and here the timer is counting. Okay, so now I'm going to just pick any answers. I don't know really. I didn't read these questions at all. So you see, I didn't read these questions at all. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Okay, and then up. After I finish the next 60 questions, I have another pop-up window. So you see, we have created for you this exam platform, which looks exact, I mean, not the form, but the same conditions like the real exam, like the conditions of the real exam. So let's suppose I don't want to take a break. I want to move on to the next questions. So, okay, I'm picking answers. I'm just picking answers. Okay, this is drag and drop with a photo. Okay, so, it says, choose two answers. Here it says choose two answers. Let's suppose I made a mistake and I chose only one answer and I want to click next. It says, no, please select at least two answers. It wouldn't let me go next. Of course, this is the way we have programmed it for you to help you really practice really well. You see, again, you see the timer for the question and the overall exam time counting down. So let's say, let's suppose I'm going to pick another answer and go next. Okay, and the last question, okay, and submit. Now, once I submit, it says answer saved successfully. Of course, here I have got just 3 answers correct on 12. Of course, this is just a demo. And here it gives me a summary. You see, I have a summary of each question. Okay, what was my answer? What is the correct answer? And what is the explanation? Here I got an incorrect answer, so I answered wrongly. What is the correct answer and what is the explanation? On and on and on for all the 12 questions. You see, for all the 12 questions, then once I finish the exam, it shows me like, which answers I answered correctly, which answers I answered wrongly, and what is the explanation for each question. And here it tells me what's my score, like how many questions out of 12. Of course, this was just a demo exam. So we had just 12 questions, but for the real exams, you will have 180 questions. And here, how much was my score? Okay, I got 25%. And it says failed. Do you know why? Because the minimum passing score is 65% for exams, quizzes, and mini exams. And I can even download in PDF. I can even download in PDF and finish my exam. So I'm good. Okay, so you can do that. Actually, you can download in PDF and finish your exam. Okay. So actually, this platform will really help you. It will really, really help you a lot with the, okay, reload. Okay, I'm reloading. Yeah, it's okay. This is just a demo. This is just a demo page, okay? So we wanted to share with you actually how the platform will look like. So actually, you will have quizzes. You will have quizzes per chapter. You will have full exams, and you will have mini exams, which we'll talk about them. So actually, if you want a perfect preparation plan, if you want to have a perfect preparation plan, first, you need to rewatch the full course videos. You need to rewatch all the entire training and take notes. This will take you about 1 week. Then you rewatch again each chapter. And then after you finish that chapter, you take the quiz. Then you watch again the next chapter number 2. Then you take the quiz. Then you watch chapter number 3. Then you take the quiz. Then you watch chapter number 4. Then you take the quiz. And each quiz has got 25 questions. This will also take you about 1 week to do. Okay. Of course, we're estimating in weeks. In case you have free time, in case you work, don't have free time, then you manage your time the way you think it suits you. After that, you take the first mini exam, which has got 60 questions, and you review your mistakes. That you can do it in 1 day. Then you take another mini exam, 60 questions, and then you review your mistakes so you can learn from them. Then you take a third mini exam, 60 questions again, and you review your mistakes. That will take you again another day. And then the last thing you need to do is make sure you take at least 1 full exam, of course, with time management. Of course, we showed you in the tool how the software, our exams platform, it really helps you manage the time, because it tells you, it's exactly the same conditions. By saying time management, we will explain to you later. Time management is not about counting the time because you have a software counting for you, but we will explain to you how you can manage your time in the exam later on. You can do this in one day because the full exam will take around 4 hours or a little more with the breaks, and then you take at least a second exam. Now, in our exams platform, you have at least 5 full mock exams. That's at least 5 full mock exams, at least. Okay, and we have them in English and we have them in French. Okay, so you can take in English, you can take in Francais. It's really up to you. Okay, and we will explain to you even later more about this. By the way, today, guys, I don't think we will have a break. Today's session, we will not have a break. So today's session is continuous. We will not have a break. It will last for about 2 hours. Today's session will last for about 2 hours without a break. So today we will not have a break because this is not a course. This session is not a course. So you will not have a headache. You will not be tired. This is a light session. Okay. So this is actually your preparation plan. Make sure you follow it. Make sure you follow this plan. Please make sure you apply it. Really, one of our students, or actually it's not only one, but even if you go to our page on LinkedIn, if you go to our page on LinkedIn called Ben Hamuda Consulting, not my profile, no, our company's page, Ben Hamuda Consulting. We are pasting every day the certifications of some of our students who passed the exam. Some, not all of them, but some of them. Okay, and this guy, his name is Abdullah Ayadi, and he did it last month. It was a national record. I don't think anyone before him, from the moment he started studying from scratch, from zero, like never before, till the day he took the exam, it was exactly 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I think national record and maybe one of the international records. Okay, so this is your preparation plan. Make sure you follow this plan. It's perfect. It works. And let me tell you, even if you say you work, even if you say you're busy, even if you have family, if you dedicate 3 weeks to this project, you will get your PMP certification in just 3 weeks. Then you're officially one of those 1.5 million people around the world who have got the PMP certification. And then you would be so, so, so proud. Okay? So proud. So please make sure you follow this plan. All right? And let me give you good news. Our students with whom we have shared this plan, they scored at least 94%, or 94% of them, at least 94% of them were successful. They got their PMP certification. Really amazing number. Okay, really amazing. I got this number from my team just this morning. I asked them, hey, team, please, all the groups, all our internal groups with whom we have shared this exact preparation plan. What is the, and I can be honest. I'm going to say something honestly. One of the groups, it was the group which started in December and they finished in February. So we have this group who studied 100% in English language. They started on the 7th of December 2024 and they finished on the 1st of February 2025. So they finished this month. So far, their success rate 100%. Tens of people in that group took the PMP exam, and really, I'm being honest 100%. According to my knowledge, because I'm following up with this group every day, according to my knowledge, their success rate is 100%. Really, I'm not counting the people who passed today, because I think today everyone is a success. I see so far today, so many people took the exam. Yesterday, so many people took the exam. The day before, like every day, thank God, we have so many people taking the exam. Really amazing success rate. Just follow this plan. Just follow this plan, guys. Do our quizzes. You need to take the mini exams, the quizzes, and the full exams. They are prepared in a perfect way for you. They contain all the questions you need to understand, which help you understand project management and PMI's mindset, and you will be successful. Like today, for example, today many people took the exam and they passed. I couldn't really read their messages on WhatsApp because when they pass or they send me a message, but just few people who were so doubtful, they did not think they will pass. But by following the plan, which we have shared with them, the tips and tricks which I have shared with them internally, because we have these internal tips and tricks, they really passed. And I remember this lady today morning, I was on the phone with her. And I will share her certification. She passed. I will share her certification on Monday, probably. Okay. Her name is Sabrine. I can say her name now. Maybe she's with us. Maybe she's just celebrating. Her name is Sabrine. She's in France. Okay. And just today morning, I was with her on the phone, answering some of her technical questions, and she told me, Ahmed, I'm scared. I'm really scared because she didn't score really good results in our internal exams. I told her, Sabrine, you will make it. Do this, do that. And when she left from the exam room, she wrote me this message, Ahmed, I did it. Ahmed, I did it. Really, I'm serious. Okay. So hopefully on Monday I will share her certification. Okay. And she's smiling. The last thing I can see from her, a smiley face at 6 and 14 p.m. So really, guys, this preparation plan, it will help you, and especially if you use our internal education platform, which includes the access to the exams platform, our exams platform, which we have shared with you earlier. Okay. All right. Now, let's continue with the preparation tips. Now, we have shared with you the study plan. I think you have it, or you can create one on your own. It's up to you guys. But what's really important is you set realistic goals. Okay? If you can make it in 3 weeks, like in this plan, do it. If you can do it in 3 weeks, do it. We will support you. We will definitely support you. Once you get access to our internal education platform, we put you in a special group. And yes, if you have questions, you ask them, because it's an internal group. People can, they chat, they talk, so you can exchange messages. And if you have any questions, we have people there to help you. Okay. But set realistic goals. If you can do it in 3 weeks, do it. If you cannot do it, maybe you can do it in a month, maybe in a month and a half, maybe in 2 months. It's okay. As long as you rewatch the full course videos and you take your own notes. You have to take your own notes. If you rewatch each chapter and take the quizzes of each chapter, then if you take these really good mini exams, they're really good, these mini exams. I really love them. And then at least 2 full exams, at least 2. We recommend you take 5. But if you cannot, take 2. Okay? Okay. You have then to decide on when you want to take the exam. And we have already shared with you a video on YouTube, how to create your PMP application. And we will share with you next week 2 or 3 more videos, about the audit, about the paying for the exam, and also about scheduling the exam. Actually, there are videos on YouTube, which we have, but I think they're in English with Arabic explanation. So in our internal education platform, we have videos fully in English, 100% in English. But of course, we promise you to share, with you videos about paying for the exam, about the audit, in case you would be selected for audit, and about scheduling the exam. We will share that with you on YouTube. Okay. Make sure you set your preparation milestone. For us, here are your milestones. We have set the milestones for you, but you can set your own milestones. Plan for the unexpected. Make sure you you take into consideration any unexpected events, like try to foresee any risks. Maybe your kids will have vacation. So during the vacation, maybe you will need to take care of your kids. Maybe, just plan for the unexpected. One of the best tips ever is to take some time off. I noticed that maybe 80%, maybe 80%, maybe more of our internal students, they took 1 or 2 weeks off for the PMP exam and they passed. Most of them, big percentage of them, they passed. Okay. So really think of taking some time off. Like most people in the world, no, I have been in the PMP industry, like delivering PMP training. I have started my company in 2008. I have started my company of delivering PMP training in 2008, before the international financial crisis. Yes, a few months before that. I have launched it with my business partner from Poland, and we have launched it in Czech Republic. Okay, so since 2008 until today, I always notice that people take some time off before taking the exam, like 1 week, 2 weeks. Some people take a month off. Some people, I'm not telling you this. Don't do this. Don't do this. But some people quit their jobs so they can focus on the PMP exam. And after they got the certification, they got better jobs. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't quit your job. Don't. Please don't. They quit their jobs because they were already not happy in their jobs. So they decided, to spend a month or two maybe focus on the PMP certification, and then, they got better jobs. But don't do that. Please don't do that. But I recommend you take some time off. What's really key is commitment. You need to be committed. Please commit to the preparation plan. This is your preparation plan. This is your absolute follow preparation plan. You can do it in 3 weeks like all the other guys did it. The other guys are not smarter than you. Okay? You're smart. You're really smart. You can do it. The other guys did it because they were committed. Okay? So please commit. Follow this plan. Follow it. Okay? Now, let's go further with more tips. First, surround you also what some of the some of the other things you can do is getting familiar with the preparation material, which we already told you about, and we will share with you later, what you can find in our internal education platform. We have shared with you earlier a demo of the exams platform. That was just a demo. Okay, once you get access to it, you'll have the full platform. Okay, actually, you get the full platform. That was just demo part. Okay, you put all your knowledge to the test, the knowledge you have learned with us. Practice at least 3 full length exams. Some of our favorite exams are 19, 20, 21. These are really some of our favorite exams. Okay. Choose your studying style according to your preferences. All right. But please, PMP is about less memorizing and more understanding. Well, there are certain things you need to memorize, like, for example, the formulas. Okay, sometimes the steps and the processes. Yes, the steps and the processes, the mathematical formulas, few other things. Yes, you need to memorize. I did that as well. I did that when I took my PMP exam. But PMP is more about understanding. Do you remember, guys, all those stuff we explained to you about the tips, about the PMI's mindset, the elimination techniques, the do's and the don'ts? Yes, those are more understanding, okay? Because those tips, they fit with any question in the exam, okay? And something very, very important, surround yourself with positive people, with people who can support you, with people with whom you can study probably, okay? You can study together. So really, if you have family, let them or involve them in your project, because getting the PMP certification is a project. Involve them. Let them support you. Let them live that with you. A lot of our internal students, after they, these, especially the ladies, they send me voice messages of their children saying, "Oh, mother, I know this voice. It's Mr. Ben Hamouda." Because their mother is listening to my videos all over again and again and again, and her children could remember my voice. One lady, she sent me a voice message of her mother. She was an old lady, or she's an old lady, and she tells her, "I know this guy. His voice is very remarkable. Oh my God, his voice gives me headache." Because I shout sometimes when I'm teaching, and I get over enthusiastic. Yeah, so I shout. So really, really surround yourself with people who support you in this journey, okay? Because you can make it, guys. Really, I always go back to this. If our guys could did it, look, I'm really being honest. The group, which started 7th of December and they finished 1st of February, like they finished this month, Already by now, it's been 3 weeks almost since they finished, and already tens of them have passed, and their success rate is 100%. The group of the 3rd of December, it was a group studying in French language. So 7th of December was in English, and 3rd of December was in French. They started 3rd of December and they finished 11th of January. 11th or 10th of January, to be honest. I don't know, 11th or 10th of January. They studied in French. And well, more people from their group took the exam, okay? And their success rate, the lady sent me the success rate today morning, 94%. Their success rate from today morning, 94%. And this guy I told you about, who set the national record, he joined this French group. After they finished the course, he joined, he rewatched the videos in 1 week, rewatched each chapter, took the chapter quizzes in another week, did one course, one exam one day, one exam one day, one exam in one day, then another exam in one day, another exam in one day, and he passed on the day 21. He passed the exam, and he took the exam on day 21. He took the exam and he passed. I'm serious. He passed. Okay? So you can do it. You can do it. You can do it, guys. You're lucky. You joined this training from the beginning. Okay? You can do it. Why we're talking about our exams 19, 20, 21? They're the best ones in terms of content. There's like though they're so close to the real exam. Like really, people who take these exams, of course, we have other exams, but especially these ones, 19, 20, 21 in English, or maybe 27, 28, 29 in French. Like really, people, they love them. They say, my God, they help them a lot in the PMP exam. Okay? All right. So I said, surround yourself with people who can support you, and always visualize your goal. Dream of getting the certification. Like, when you're preparing, dream about the certification. Visualize your goal. It will motivate you. It will motivate you. Oh, man. I love this, guys. I love this, really. Now, prior to the exam day. Now, let's suppose tomorrow is your exam. Now, let's suppose tomorrow is your exam. So prior to the exam day, what do you need to do? Okay, sleep early. Sleep early. Sleep at 8 p.m. Okay? Rely on your personal notes. Always. I tell my guys, always, 24 hours prior to the exam, don't study anymore. No. All what you will do, or what you need to do, is to rely on your personal notes. Just read your papers, the papers which you have written with your own hands. Okay? All right. And please, the night before the exam, don't drink too many liquids, too much liquids. Don't drink much liquids. Because in the exam, some people feel stressed. And when they feel stressed, they feel the need to go to the bathroom. And when you feel the need to go to the bathroom, you will not be comfortable, answering the questions. And I don't want you to be rushing the questions. So I want you to answer the questions, on a good pace, like we will learn in a moment now. So that's why on the night of the exam, don't drink much liquids. And on the day of the exam, don't drink much liquids. Don't drink much, okay? Because, I don't want you to, feel the pressure of going to the bathroom. Please, okay? Now, you can take the exam either at home or you can take it in a test center. Now, our recommendation is to take it in a test center, because in the test center, you get your preliminary results immediately. When you take it at home, you don't get any preliminary results. Okay, but in a test center, you get the preliminary results immediately. Plus, okay, when you take it at home, you need to set up the environment, the computer, the internet connection. But in a test center, everything is set up for you. Now, if you decide to take it at home because you don't have any test center near you, or it's too exhausting for you to travel to a test center, okay, so PMI will send you an email to run a system test, okay, to install OnView. This is the software OnView, okay, to install OnView on your computer, okay, and to run a system test. And OnView, it will tell you if you have any, let's say, prohibited software installed on your computer, like messaging software, screen sharing software, video conferencing software, etc. So you would need to remove them. And also, it will tell you if your computer is compatible, is suitable for taking the exam or not. And also, you need to practice. So you see here, I underlined on view. Why? Because we will share with you a video about on view, so you can learn, you can discover this software on view. We have prepared a video for you, and we will share it with you soon. Okay, it's already on YouTube, but we will send you the link. Okay. Also, you can practice, actually, we have a demo for you, like OnView. We have access to OnView demo. We will share it with you, and you can practice. So if you decide to take the exam at home, which we really don't recommend, do it just only in case you don't have any chance or any way how to take it in a test center. Then you need to choose a quiet place, like quiet room. So if you have family, if you have children, make sure like you need to be alone, because children sometimes don't understand, like they don't know what it means, like not to enter the room, because no one should enter the room. If somebody enters the room, PMI can cancel the exam immediately, because this exam is proctored. Somebody will be proctoring you. Somebody will be watching you live. If they hear the sound of the door opening or any sound, they can cancel the exam. They can stop it. Okay. Prepare your space. Like you need to be like, in a place where you don't have anything within your arm's reach. Nothing close by, not the closet. They try to make sure that you don't cheat anyhow. And in that email, and they will send you an email, which, takes you, they will send you an email with an app, and they ask you to, open that app and take pictures of the room. So that you need to upload the pictures of the room through that app, through that link. Sorry, through that link which they will send you, the pictures of the computer, of the table, of the walls, of the chair, because you take it at home, and they don't want you to cheat anyhow. Okay. Okay, so the day of the exam, if you take it at home, get your computer ready. Make sure you have really a reliable computer, computer with enough RAM in it. Okay, enough CPU. All right. Make sure you have good internet connection. That your connection doesn't cut. There will be no cutoffs, because don't risk it, please. Don't leave anything within arm's reach, like no books, no pens, no papers. Some of you might think, can I use pen and paper just to write down my notes? No, you cannot. Everything is prohibited. The only thing that is permitted is computer and mouse. That's it. Computer and mouse. You cannot have a mobile phone next to you. You cannot have a smartwatch in your hand. You cannot have earpods. Okay. You cannot have headphones. You cannot have anything. In a test center, yes, they will give you noise canceling headphones. In a test center, everything is controlled, so you don't have to worry. But at home, you cannot have anything besides the computer. Now, you might be saying, but I might need to take some notes. Well, in the software, on view, there is a writing pad, which no one uses because you wouldn't have time for that. Okay. So dress comfortably. Write down your access code if asked to. Just if they ask you. Now, stay within the proctor or camera's view range. Now, somebody will be proctoring you like this. Exactly. You see this photo here? This is a proctor. You will not see the proctor, but they will see you. They will talk to you. So you will open your camera, your microphone, you will do screen sharing, you will show them your passport if you take the exam at home. So they will be proctoring you, so you stay within their camera's range. You cannot look right, you cannot look left, and you cannot look up, you cannot look down. You really just need to sit in front of the camera, focus. You cannot speak with loud voice. They might cancel the exam. Please, don't look around, don't speak loud, don't try to cheat anyhow, and don't answer too fast, even if you know the questions. The exam is supposed to last for 4 hours. If you would take the exam at home and you would last for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, they might, and even if you pass, they might cancel your results because you answer too fast. Now, the problem is not answering too fast. The problem is they don't know if you cheated anyhow. Maybe you're using some AI tool, but in a test center, it's okay. In a test center, they don't mind. Actually, no one of my students ever got the results canceled. No one ever, never happened. Okay. If you decide to take the exam in a test center, and this is what we recommend, 100% we recommend, 100%. First, okay, try to visit the test center beforehand. Like, for example, your exam is on 15th of March, for example. So let's say around 7th of March, 8th of March, try to visit the test center so you can like familiarize with the road, with the way to the test center. If you check if there are any parking slots, the location, the building, etc. It's really good to do it, okay? Many of our students do it, okay? When you arrive to the test center, they will give you a paper with instructions, which you need to sign, okay? Bring with you the registration email, even though they have your name. I mean, just bring the registration email, even if in your mobile phone, it's okay. Bring your ID and preferably a passport. Okay, look, guys, look, I'm going to speak to the guys from the Arab world. If in your ID your name is written only in Arab letters, like in Tunisia. In Tunisia, the name on the ID, the national ID, is written only in Arabic letters. That national ID is not accepted. You need to bring an ID with you on which your name is written in Latin characters, like your passport, your driver's license. So 99% of Tunisians are, for example, they bring their passports with them or driver's license, but preferably your passport, okay? And the same goes for everybody from the world. Now, if you're in, I mean, make sure your ID has got your name written in Latin letters, okay? Like these letters. You see these letters in front of us on this slide. These letters on this slide, they are called Latin letters, okay? EXAMINT, These are Latin letters, okay? Okay. And try and consider bringing a second ID, like a driver's license. And on the day of the exam, make sure you arrive at least 30 minutes early. Usually, it's, the email you will receive from PMI or from Pearson View, they will say, please arrive 1 hour earlier. Okay, so between 30 minutes and 1 hour is good because you need to get familiar with the test center from inside, sign some instructions, get seated. They will check few things with you. So please arrive early. Please don't arrive late. Okay? If you would arrive late, they would cancel your exam. Like more than 15 minutes late, they will cancel your exam. Okay? Now, one of the most important things we will see in today's session is how to manage the time in the exam. Now, in the exam, you will have 180 questions. The time allocated for these 180 questions, as you could see in our internal exams platform, is 3 hours and 50 minutes. Now, the exam goes as following. You will take 60 questions. Then you will have a pop-up window asking you if you want to take the break, as you saw earlier in our own platform for exams. So please click on yes. Please take the breaks. Please don't skip any breaks. Please take the breaks, guys. Please. Those breaks are not counted in those 3 hours, 50 minutes. As you could see earlier in our platform, they are not counted, as part of those 3 hours, 50 minutes. No, those are 10 extra minutes. They are 10 extra minutes or extra 10 minutes. So please take your break and make sure you come back before the end of the break. Please come back after 9 minutes, not 10 minutes. Then, once you come back from the break, you have to remember that those 60 questions, you cannot go back to them anymore. They're gone. Okay? You cannot go back to those questions. They are gone. Okay? Then, like, for example, let me just check. Yeah. For example, here's our exams platform again. So you can see it's counting the time. Okay, it's still counting the time. All right. Now let's suppose. Okay, let me just go to quizzes. Yeah, let's take this demo question. For example, I'm answering this. Look, see here. Again, it shows me the questions. I'm answering this. Okay, then I'm answering this. I don't know if it's I hate that. I hate hiring. Okay, this. Then, for example, you see, I'm on question 4. Let's suppose I remembered something question 2. I can go back to question 2. I can go back. Okay, so I answered C. No, actually, I want it to be A. Okay, in question 3, I answered C. No, I want it to be A. Okay, I go to question 4, I answer A, for example, and I submit. When I click submit, it suggests, do you want to take a break? See the timer here? See the timer here, guys? Do you see the timer? Now, if I click yes, take the break. This is our internal exams platform. You get access to this platform with the internal education platform. Okay, you get access to this automatically. If you get access to our internal education platform, you get access to this. Now, the guys who already got access to our internal education platform this week and last week, we haven't given you access yet. We will give you access starting next week. Okay, so we wanted to make sure we finish the course first, this training first, and starting next week, we will give you access to our internal exams platform. You see, it's got our logo, it's got exams, quizzes, and mini exams. Now, would you like to take the break? You see, time is still counting. The countdown is going. You see the countdown? It is still going. It is still going. If I click yes, the time pauses. And let's suppose these are the 10 minutes. Now, of course, we did it in seconds because this is a demo. This is just a demo. We did it in seconds. Now, right after it goes, the break is over, time goes on again. The timer goes on again. So it's calculating the time. You see? And questions 1, 2, 3, 4, I cannot go back to them anymore. I cannot go back to these questions anymore. You see, guys? I cannot go back to questions 1, 2, 3, 4. They're gone. And this is the exact thing here. In the real exam, if you finish the 60 questions and you decide to take the break, you cannot go back to those 60 questions anymore. They're gone. They are gone. So I go back to our exams platform. Okay, the one you see here. So let's suppose I'm picking this answer here. So I don't read the questions. Okay, I don't read the questions. I'm just picking any question, any answer. See, I'm picking just any. See any answers. Question 8, and again it's asking me, do you want to take a break? Now, let's suppose I say no, but don't do it. Say yes. No, I continue. See, once I say no, I cannot go back to the previous questions. Even if I didn't take the break, I cannot go back to the previous questions. They're gone. I cannot click on them. I cannot click on them. Okay? I cannot. Like, for example, here I'm on question 10. I answer yes. I can go back to question 9 or 10, but not 1 to 8. I cannot because I already took the break. So please remember, once you take the break, you cannot go back to the questions anymore. Okay? So here, again, this is drag and drop question. It says choose 2 answers. If I click on one answer and I click submit, it says no, please select at least 2 answers. Okay, I select another answer. Okay, this one. And I click submit. All right, I can go to the previous question if I want. Here's the timer per question. How much? Remember, guys, we told you you have 1 minute and 17 seconds per question. This timer will help you here to measure your time per question. And here you have the countdown for the entire exam. This is in our software. But in the real exam, you will not have the timer per question. This you will not have. In the real exam, you will have only this countdown. Only the countdown. In the real exam, you will have only this countdown, like 3 hours, 46 minutes, down, down, down. Okay, so I pick this answer and I click on submit. Now, after I submit, it shows me my exam summary. I got no correct answers, 0%. I failed because it's below 65%. We have set the passing rate on our exams, quizzes, and mini exams to 65%. And it shows me each question, what is my answer, and it's incorrect, and what is the correct answer, and the explanation. Okay, and you get the explanation whether you answered correctly or incorrectly. Okay, now let's go to the quizzes. The quizzes, they're split per chapter. You can see them. Now, I think this is a demo one. I think let's see if this is demo one. Yes, this is demo one. It says this. Quiz settings. Would you like to see the explanation after answering each question? Now, you can choose in our platform, in our quizzes, you can choose to see the explanation of each question right after answering it, or you can keep for later. Now, let's suppose, yes, I want to see the answer after each question. Okay? So, okay, this is in French. Sorry, this is in French. It's just for demo, it's in French. Okay? So I click A and I submit answer. Okay? Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it will... see explanation below. Actually, my team now. Once you get access to the live, this is just a demo. You see, this is just a demo. This is a test platform. But in the real one, you will get the explanation right below. Okay, and I go on next. Okay, I just pick an answer. Okay, etc., etc. So For the quizzes in English or in French, you can choose only for the quizzes. You can choose whether you want to see the explanation right after answering the questions or at the end of answering the quiz, which is of the quizzes. They have 25 questions. Yes. Okay. Again, this is just a demo for you. And of course, there are the mini exams, and each mini exam has got 60 questions. Okay. Again, once you get access to the live one, which is here, so actually the real platform is here on exams.benhamoudconsulting.com. Okay, you will get access to it right starting next week. Starting next week, together with the access to the internal education platform, you get access to this PMP practice exams. Okay, and of course, at the end, you will get your dashboard. Here you have your dashboard. So, for example, today, February 28th, we have taken two exams. In one we have scored 25% and we failed. In another one we have scored 8% and we 8%, I guess, and we failed. Okay, so here your dashboard, it will show you how many exams how many exams you have taken, average score, pass rate, etc. So actually, this platform, it will be live next week. So we just want to share with you a demo, guys. This platform, it will be live next week. Okay, so and it's got exams in English and in French. So this is just to help you understand how in the real exam. This is just to help you understand how in the real exam, once you complete 60 questions and you take a break, you cannot go back to the questions. Then the next 60 questions, once you finish them and you take the break, you cannot go back to them. And then once you finish this last 60 questions, please, once you finish the last 60 questions, make sure you click on submit exam. You have to click on it. Now, this means that for each question, if you have 3 hours and 50 minutes, which is 230 minutes, divided by 180 questions, it means you have 1 minute and 17 seconds per question. So ideal time is to finish 60 questions in 1 hour and 16 minutes. So each 60 questions, you need to finish them in 1 hour and 16 minutes, which means after you have finished the first 60 questions, you should see in your countdown, in the countdown, you should see 2 hours and 35 minutes remaining after the first 60 questions. After the second 60 questions, in the countdown up here, in the countdown, you should see 1 hour, 20 minutes remaining. That's like the minimum. If you finish earlier, that's great. Now, if you decide to take the exam in any language besides English, you can take the exam. You can take the exam in 16 different languages. Okay? Please. If you decide, for example, to take the exam in French, if you decide to take the exam in French, you will have English translation with it automatically, but not vice versa, not the opposite. Not the opposite. Some people ask me, can I take the exam in French, in French, but also be able to answer in English? No. If you decide to take the exam in French, you can answer only in French, but you will have translation. You will have English translation with each question. There is a button down here called Translate. You click on it, and you can read the question in English. But please, reading the question in 2 languages, that will make you lose time. So please don't use translation for more than 3 questions per 60 questions. Like in this first 60 questions, don't translate more than 3 questions. And the same for these 60 questions, and the same for these 60 questions, please. So totally in the exam, don't translate more than 9 questions. If you need to translate, because some people tell me, yeah, I decided to take the exam in German or in Italian or in Arabic or in French, etc. But actually the exam was too hard to understand in Arabic or in French or in German or in Russian. So I wanted to read it in English. Well, you can do that, but maximum 3 questions per 60. Okay? We don't want you to lose time reading questions in both languages. Also, you can mark questions. In the PMP exam, you can mark questions. Like if you don't understand the question, you can mark it to come back to it later. But you know what? I don't recommend you use it. First of all, don't mark any question unless you have already picked an answer. Even if you're not sure about the answer, pick an answer and then you can mark it. And if you decide to mark questions, don't mark more than 3 questions per 60, because marking the question, moving on to the next one, then coming back to that question, that's time consuming. Please don't lose a lot of time on the exam. Please don't lose a lot of time. Please. Please. And before taking any break, any of these breaks, make sure you review the answers, because before taking the break, you will have one page called summary page, and you can review the questions as we will share with you in the demo, in the video on YouTube. Okay. Please don't, please make sure you review all the answers before taking the break. Okay. Now, there is a very nice technique which I recommend you to apply. It's called the technique, the 15 by 15 technique. What's this 15 by 15 technique? After each 15 questions, close your eyes and breathe deeply for 15 seconds so you can re-energize yourself. Even if you are not tired, do it. You should do it so we won't reach the state of exhaustion, of fatigue. So please, once you finish 15 questions, close your eyes and breathe. Right. Those were 15 seconds. And each inhaling and exhaling, it takes me 5 seconds. So 3 times inhaling, exhaling, 3 times. That's called the 15 by 15 technique. It will really help you, to re-energize yourself. Okay, please do it. Okay, it's really important. It will help you relax. Okay, in the exam. Okay, so inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, please do it. Please do it. That's very important, because time management and stress management, they're very important for succeeding in the exam. Very important. And in this slide, we summarize for you a lot of tips about time management, and this is about stress management. The 15 by 15 technique, this is a stress management technique. Please apply it. Please do it. Okay. Now, a very, 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 extremely, absolutely, uh, ultimately important advice. If exam, if in the exam you have less than 30 minutes remaining, and 30 questions or more not answered, what should you do? Then don't read the text of the question anymore. Just read the answers and answer based on the elimination techniques. Because once you read the answers, even if you haven't read the text, you will know this is wrong. This is asking for overtime, wrong. This is asking for money, wrong. This is escalating, wrong. This is doing nothing, wrong. This is passive action, no, wrong. This is delegating action, wrong. Blah, 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 blah. Because you really must answer all the exam questions. Do you know? Almost every week, one or two of my students tell me that they passed successfully the exam. They were successful in the exam, even though they ran out of time. But by applying this technique, they managed to answer based on the elimination techniques, and they answered all the questions in the exam, and they passed and they got their certification. So please, guys, apply this technique. Please apply it. It is extremely important. As I said, guys, we will not have a break. We will not have a break. Maybe short one. Maybe before the drag and drop questions, maybe we will have a short break. Maybe, but short one, really. Okay? Because this is la creme de la creme. Okay? This is la creme de la creme session. I don't want to have any breaks in la creme de la creme. Okay? Now, the PMP exam question types. Now, in the PMP exam, you will have 180 questions. Almost 170 questions are MCQ, multi-choice questions, with 4 choices and only one possible answer. Almost 5 questions are also MCQ, but with 5 choices and several possible answers, like pick 2 answers, pick 3 answers, pick 4 answers. And it will tell you in the question, the exam, choose 2 answers, choose 3, choose 4. And you will have almost around 5 drag and drop questions or hotspot questions. Hotspot, like you click on the area. Okay. or you drag a word and you drop it. Almost five. I say almost. Maybe you will have 10, maybe seven, maybe three. For the five choices, maybe five, maybe 10. I don't know. I'm saying almost. But all multi-choice questions, they're situational questions. Okay, the questions in the exam are all scenario based. You will not have any questions about definitions. They are all scenario based. They come from real projects based on the experience of project management practitioners from all over the world. These people, they wrote the PMP exam questions. Okay, the questions can be about private sector, public sector, can be about any industry like construction, IT, banking, insurance, food, etc. So please, not because you come from construction industry, you say, oh my God, this question is about software. I don't understand software. There is no technical question about software. No. There is no technical question about any sector, okay? All questions are about project management. I repeat, all questions are about project management, okay? Now, this slide 869 is extremely important, okay? This slide 869 is uh, extremely important, okay? Now, this slide here is about the scenarios, the four possible scenarios in the exam. Of course, this is our based on our discussion with our candidates after they take the exam. These scenarios, they are about the 170 questions, which are questions with four choices and one possible answer. Okay, they're not scenarios for the other 10 questions or 15 questions about five choices or drag and drop. Okay, these scenarios are for the questions where um, the questions with the with four possible answers. Okay, four choices and one possible answer. Okay. All right. Now, almost 20 to 30% of the questions, they are considered hard questions, like hard, difficult. Okay. Almost 20 to 30% of the questions in the exam are considered hard or difficult. This is called scenario one. These questions are called scenario one. You have four possibilities. Okay, one choice is obviously bad, like asking them to work overtime or just, take a passive action or not active action, not efficient action, obviously. But three answers, one is good, one is even better, and one is best. How would you know which one is the best? Usually, this scenario, is, for the type of questions with questions which asks you like, what should you do next? Or what to do first? Okay, what to do first or what to do next or some of the other questions. Sometimes you have like, you say, you know what, this can be, and actually even this can be, but even this can be. So which one to choose? Always you choose the answer that comes first in the process, or which starts with analyze, evaluate, assess, review. Okay, usually these are the best answers. Always pick the answer which is about searching for information, analyzing the data, involving the team, etc. Okay, so this is called a hard scenario. Is for about 20 to 30% of the questions, and you will make it, you will do it. Okay, you will do it. The second scenario, these are called the moderate questions. This is almost half of the exam, maybe more. By the way, 66%, 66% of our students tell us the exam was so easy or was easy. Let's say let's not say so easy, but so was easy. 66% of our students say the exam was easy, which means the exam was mostly like in scenario 2 or in scenario 3. Scenario 2 is called moderate. This is almost half of the exam. Okay, you have four possibilities. Two are wrong, obviously wrong. One is good, but one is the best. Why this is the best? Because actually it contains the full answer. Like, for example, you analyze, then you take action, you submit change request. Like there is all the steps mentioned. This one is good. Like for example, now let me give you an example. The customer is complaining that the deliverables don't meet their expectations because some documents are missing. Now, what to do? Okay, two wrong answers I don't care about. Those are bad answers. I know them by the elimination technique. And here I'm left with two answers. One is the team should document lessons learned. And the other answer is the team should correct the missing documents and document lessons learned. See, the second one is the best one because the first one it says document lessons learned. Well, this is correct. Yes, if we have made the mistake, we need to correct document the lessons learned. But the other answer, which is the best one, is actually more complete. It says, well, we conduct root cause analysis, we take corrective action, and we document lessons learned. Well, then definitely this second option, second answer is the best one. So this is called the moderate scenario, and it's almost half of the exam or even more. Well, in the exam, there are 10% to 30% really, really easy questions. This is called scenario 3. Like, you read the question and this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is good. For example, I give you an example. Who is responsible for prioritizing the items in the product backlog? Is it the Scrum Master? Is it the project manager? Is it the development team? Or is it the product owner? Well, obviously, the one who's responsible for prioritizing the items in the product backlog is the product owner, not the project manager, not the Scrum Master, not the development team. No, it's the product owner. So this is the third scenario, which is easy questions. And there is a fourth scenario. Even though this fourth scenario is just for few questions, like 3-4 questions, and here you have 4 answers which you're not convinced of any one of them. You say, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Well, this is also bad. But this one in red, this is definitely bad. This one in red here is definitely bad. This one in red here is definitely bad. So you know what? I'm left with this one. Even though I'm not convinced, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. So yeah, I pick this one. Is the best one in the bad ones. This is the best answer among the bad ones. Okay, because these 3 here, they're absolutely bad. They contain all elimination techniques. So these are called the 4 scenarios in the PMP exam. Okay? All right. Now let's have general tips and tricks. Always look for the keyword in the text of the question or in one of the answers, like we learned in the training. Try always to go for specific answer rather than general answer. Like, for example, you apply actions over just checking options. Like, I will just check my options, in the project. No, take action. Go for specific rather than general answers. When a question asks you what to do first, there can be several answers, right? But always choose the first one that comes in the process or the first one that comes in the chronological order. Usually it's an answer which starts with assess, evaluate, analyze, review. Okay? Now, sometimes in a question you have an answer like update risk register, update issue log. Well, this answer is used only when the question asks you what to do first. If the question asks you what to do first, yes, first is update stakeholders register or maybe risk register. However, don't choose this answer like update the register or the log. It is not an effective solution if the question asks you what to do. If the question asks you what to do, then that's not an effective solution. Now, you might tell me now, Ahmed, in our training, we've had 2 questions. We've had 2 questions which asked what to do, not what to do first, just what to do. And we have selected update the register or the log. Well, that's because the other answers, either they were bad or because we really needed to select that answer. We had no choice then to select that answer. The project manager must always apply fully the right and the complete solution. Always avoid shortcuts and half solutions. We will see this in details, okay? Always go for the full solution, for the complete solution. Remember, you as a project manager, you need to face the issue. Don't delegate the issue. If you have an issue, face it and resolve it. Don't delegate it to the sponsor or to a team member or to a stakeholder. No, you have to face it, okay? When solving an issue, always analyze or assess the root cause, involve the team, review the project plan or any documents, and then take action. Maybe you need to include a change request for taking action. Don't bypass any steps in the process or any documentation. No, follow the process correctly and fully, please. Also, always avoid extreme measures like refusing to pay contractor, withholding payments, recruiting during ongoing project. We don't recruit during ongoing project. Bring in consultants, please. We don't bring in experts or consultants. Shutting down the project due to minor setbacks, okay, or shutting down the project with outstanding actions. We cannot shut down the project if we have outstanding actions, like, for example, incomplete contracts. We cannot do that. PMI recommends that you act after you have complete and accurate data. Please remember this. Always act after you have complete and accurate data. Avoid making hasty decisions, rushy decisions. Okay? Don't make any decisions without thorough analysis, please. Okay? Don't change the project management approach just because your team doesn't know it. For example, you're applying Agile, but the team doesn't know Agile, so you decide to go back to waterfall. Don't do that. Avoid any answers that contain must or only, because that's very limiting. That's very pushing. Don't select any answers which contain must or only, or maybe denying customer requests, like ignoring customer requests, denying them, rejecting them, or implementing a change request without approval. We don't implement ever change requests in waterfall without approval. We escalate to the sponsor or to the steering committee as the last resort, is the last solution. And after we escalate, there is nothing we can do. When answering questions, rely on the information in the question and don't make assumptions. Please don't assume. Always rely on the information in the question. Don't make assumptions. In case we have a disagreement with a customer, with a stakeholder, we need to analyze the gap in understanding or compare with the acceptance criteria. If we are right, then we need to meet with the stakeholder to convince them. If they are convinced, that's okay. If they are not convinced, we need to escalate. But if the customer is right and we are wrong, then we need to take corrective action, sometimes through change request, and inform the stakeholder about our corrective action. These are the perfect tips and tricks which will really help you answer correctly any question in the exam. Okay? Now, let's look at the types of questions. Now, if the question asks you, what should you do? Here, you need to take the appropriate course of action, full action, effective action, complete action. Okay? All right? So please, if it asks you what to do, always search for the complete action. Okay? All right. If the question asks you what to do first or what to do next, here maybe you need to review a document or maybe review a plan. Maybe you need to analyze a situation. Maybe you need to collect information or determine the impact or maybe find out the root cause. Here, maybe you need to apply face-to-face communication with a team or stakeholders. These are some of the most common answers when the question asks you what to do first or what to do next. If the question asks you what the project manager should have done, here we're talking about reactive action. So you need to figure out what step could have been taken to prevent what happened. What could have been implemented to avoid the issue? So here we're searching for the best solution in the past. Okay? And if the question asks you what not to do or shouldn't have done, should not have done, here select the action that has the worst impact or is the least effective. Here we're talking about actions to be avoided. Okay? So these are the types of questions and the steps to be taken for answering each question here. This slide 872 is extremely important. Now, here's slide 873, which is the baby of the PMP presentation. This is the baby of our PMP course. Is the slide with the automatic elimination techniques. If you see any of the following 10 answers, immediately ignore that answer. Don't even read it, because this will save you about 25% of the time in the exam. If any answer contains do nothing or ignore, what we do? Shout out, guys, shout out. Let me hear it. I need to hear it. Make me hear it. If it says do nothing or ignore, yes, we ignore it. We absolutely ignore it. If the question says or contains like enforce a team member or a stakeholder, oblige, impose on a contractor, mandate, these absolutely to ignore. We don't enforce, we don't oblige, we don't impose, we don't mandate. If an answer contains try to persuade a higher authority, like we try to convince the sponsor not to do it, we try to enforce closing the project, we try to enforce the PMO, we try to enforce the CCB, the steering committee. No, we don't do that. We don't enforce closing the project. We don't enforce our own opinions on the customer. So such answers are to be eliminated. Also, please avoid firing a team member, replacing a team member, releasing a team member, ending the contract with a team member or with a vendor. We don't do that. We don't do that. Only in extreme measures. Okay? Also, we don't ask the team to work overtime. Never. Please also avoid passive actions. Like, for example, record the information in the risk register instead of taking actions. No. We said we only record in the register, or we don't, sorry, we said that we choose such an answer if the question asks what to do first. What to do first. Okay? That's when we select the answer. Yes, record in the risk register or the issue log or the stakeholder register or the lessons learned or whatever. But that's called a passive action. Don't choose answers with easy solution. We have a problem, we hire external. No, we don't hire external. We have a team. Like, for example, the customer is complaining about our quality of work. So what to do? We hire external. No, we need to fix our way of working. We need to improve our quality of work. So we don't hire externals. We don't ask the sponsor to handle. This is easy solution. Also, avoid delegating solutions or delegating tasks, like asking an agile coach to train a team member. No, I should train the team member. I, myself. Also, please avoid answers which implicate cost increase. We don't ask for more money. We don't ask for budget increase. We don't ask to hire somebody else. No, we don't do that. Please avoid answers with cost increase, please. Okay? And the last elimination technique is escalate. Please avoid any answers where it says escalate. Okay? And I put an asterisk here. Only in extreme situations. We can escalate in extreme situations. Okay? All right? So we really don't escalate. Only as a last resort, as a last solution. All right. Now, these slides are extremely important. Really, really important. These slides really will help you a lot, will help you really pass the exam. Of course, we have our success guide. Our success guide contains much more tips and tricks and techniques, how to answer correctly, how to pass. That's in our success guide. That's in our internal education platform. So what can you find in our internal education platform? You can find videos of the full PMP course. You can have in English, in French, in English with Arabic explanation. You can have complementary videos like exercises, case studies per chapter. You can have books, reference material, templates to use in your work. Okay. You can find also full training presentation, and I think this is the most important thing you want, okay, with all the tips and tricks. And you can have the full exams, the quizzes, the mini exams, as we have shown you. And of course, you will have the PMP support, like, the how-to guide, how to submit, how to do, and of course, our most important thing, which is the success guide. Okay, the success guide, which will be available starting 5th of March. So from the 5th of March, you will find the success guide in our internal education platform. Okay, we have shown you earlier, how to use the exams platform. Okay, also it will be available starting the next week. So I think you have a lot of important content in our internal education platform. I think also the exams, they're available in French and in English. Okay, the books, the reference material, the presentation, the full training presentation, everything is available in English and French. Okay, almost everything. All right. And of course, you'll have the success guide. And I think this is something you want so much. Now, we have promised you surprises. You probably remember these ones. You probably remember these surprises. We told you that, if you have already filled out the forms with the codes, you have liked and shared the summary posts, then we should send you the 35 training completion certification. Remember, all the forms will be closed on the 3rd of March. So please remember, on Monday, yeah, exactly, on Monday, 23 hours and 59 minutes, the forms will be closed. So you cannot fill out the forms anymore. So please make sure, if you have filled out the forms with the codes of each session and you have liked and shared the summary posts, already my team finished, I think, finished creating all the certifications for the people who filled out the forms, and they're checking the likes and the sharing of the posts. Okay, and also the liking and the sharing will be closed on the 3rd of February. Like, make sure you like and you share before the 3rd of February. Now, if you get your training completion certification, which will be released between 5th and 10th of March, so you will start receiving your training completion certifications between the 5th and 10th of March. If you share it on a post and you tag my profile, okay, then we will give you access to the exams 23 and 24. These are two of our best mock exams. The deadline to share your training certification and tag me is 15th of March. Please, if you decide to share your training completion certification and tag my profile, if you decide to share it on LinkedIn and tag my profile, please send me the link to the post. Please, some people started sending me links about when they liked and shared the summary post. Please, don't send me a screenshot or how you liked and shared the summary post. No, that my team is doing. My team is checking your LinkedIn profiles. Okay, my team, they're entering in your LinkedIn profile and they're checking that. What you need to send me, if you want to win, of course, if you want to win, if you want to get something from these 3 surprises, look, if you decide to share the training completion certification in a post on LinkedIn and tag my profile, send me that post. Send me the link to that post on my WhatsApp. The deadline to do so is 15th of March. After 15th of March, it's too late. Okay. Now, after that, if you write a post on LinkedIn, and you summarize in it what you have learned from this training in one post, just one post summarizing, and you include a screenshot of your accepted PMP application, which means you need to write a summary post with a screenshot of the PMP application, is a must. You see, it's in red. It is in red. It's a must. And you tag my profile, so tagging me is important. You can be one of the 10 people who will get access to our internal education platform with the exams platform. The deadline is 20th of March to write the summary post with a screenshot of your PMP application. Okay. If you decide to also be part of that surprise number 2, send me the link of that summary post on WhatsApp. Send it to me, not to my team. Please don't send it to my team. My team, they're busy with other things. I am also busy, but because my WhatsApp is used with other team members which you don't know, okay, which you haven't seen. So they will be checking your post. Now, if you write a LinkedIn post, if you write a LinkedIn post or make a YouTube video about the funniest or the best moments which you will always remember from this training, and you tag me, then you can win a PMP exam voucher. So we will offer one PMP exam voucher to the LinkedIn post or to the YouTube video, which gets the most likes and shares. So if your post or your video will get the most likes and shares, okay, the deadline to post that to post that LinkedIn post or that video is 25th of March. Of course, the sooner the better, so we can get more likes and shares. And my team on 26th of March, they will check all the posts and likes, all the posts with the likes and shares, and the one with the highest likes and shares will win a PMP exam voucher. Now these we have already announced them, but what's new? And before we go, what's new? I think this slide is important for you guys. I think there is something on this slide which you want so much. I think you need to pay attention to this slide. I think on this slide there is something you want to write down. I think you need to focus on this slide, guys. I think there is something you want so much on this slide. Please pay attention to this slide, guys. Now, we have promised you additional surprises, and here they are. Now, usually when people get access to our internal education platform, their access, or it's called the standard access to internal education platform, is for 1 year. Usually the access to our internal education platform is 1 year. However, because we really loved this journey with you, because we really enjoyed this journey with you, because we really adored this journey with you, therefore we decided that we have a special offer for you, and this offer is valid until 20th of March 2025. If you get access to our internal education platform, and this offer is valid until 20th of March, your access will be valid for 3 years, which means until 28th of February 2028, which means you will get access to the current version, training version, based on PMBOK 7 and current ECO, and you will get access to the PMP material according to the new PMBOK version 8 and the new ECO after it is released. The PMBOK 8 and the new ECO will be released in October, and of course, we already started working and updating our PMP material, okay, according to the PMBOK 8 and the ECO. So actually, if you get access to our internal education platform, your access will be valid for 3 years, which means you can learn according to this version and you can learn according to the next version. So you won't have to pay again for the new version. This is really special offer for you. This offer is valid until 20th of March 2025, because usually the standard access is only to one version. So the standard access is only to one version. But if you get access to our internal education platform before 20th of March, then you get access, for 3 years, which includes any updates to our study material according to the PMBOK 8 and the new ECO, the new exam content outline. So your access will be valid until 20th of February 2028, which is enough time to take the exam, to study, to learn, etc. And if you decide to buy Scrum Master and product owner vouchers like from us, SMC Scrum Master certification and SPOC Scrum Product Owner certification, then you absolutely get with it as a gift a 3-year access to our internal education platform. This offer is valid until 31st of March 2025. So if you purchase a Scrum Master and product owner from our website, okay, automatically you get with that 3-year access to our education platform, which means until 28th of February 2028. So these are special offers for you, special surprises. And I think there is something you want on this slide. So please pay attention, guys. And really, guys, we did all our best to share with you really everything you need. You see these tips and tricks we have shared with you in this chapter 12, La Crème de la Crème. They have the best tips. Okay, really good tips. Of course, you have more tips and more hints with more explanation in the success guide. Okay, but really what you got in this presentation is enough to pass the exam, because our guys, all of them, our internal guys, our internal students, they got the same tips and tricks and they passed. Okay, so so this is for the surprises and the additional surprises. So I hope you guys can benefit from them. Because I know many people would like to take the exam, to pass the exam, and we told you something very important. Our training material will help you pass not just the PMP. You can even pass, CAPM, RMP, ACP, because we have other material in the platform, the internal platform, and they will help you. They will definitely help you. Okay. Now, the last part of this session. Well, we can have a 5 minute break, or actually, maybe it's not necessary, because these are 15 drag and drop questions. And of course, in our internal education platform, you have, I think, around 30 or more than 30 drag and drop questions. Here we have picked for you 15 drag and drop questions, just 15, okay? And many of our students tell us that they got really very similar questions to these drag and drop questions, okay? All right. Of course, before I continue, I definitely recommend you take the exam soon. Look, you took the training in February. Okay, so you took the training in February. So I definitely recommend you take the exam in March, in April, maybe in May latest. So you have March, April, May to take the exam. Look, guys, 66% of our students tell us the exam was easy. 66% say the exam was easy. Okay? So you should also be encouraged. You should also do it. You can do it. Really, taking the exam in March, in April, or in May is very feasible, very doable. Do you remember the study plan? Let's go back to the study plan. Let's go back to the study plan. We need to go back to the study plan. Here's the study plan. Okay? Yeah, this is your preparation plan. Do you remember this study plan? Guys, yeah. Do you remember this study plan? Rewatching the full course videos and taking notes. That should be done in 1 week. Rewatching each chapter and taking the chapter quiz. Each chapter has got its own quiz of 25 questions. That will take 1 week. Then taking mini exam 1, 60 questions, and reviewing your mistakes. Taking a second mini exam and reviewing your mistakes. Taking a third mini exam and reviewing your mistakes. Each one will take 1 day to do. Then you practice at least 2 full exams, at least exams number 19, 20, 21, at least in our platform, in our exams platform. Okay, in our exams platform. All right, and you manage your time. You apply the time management and the stress management techniques. Please apply the time management and the stress management techniques. Each exam will take you 1 day to do. If you follow this 3 week, total is 3 week, 1 week here, 1 week here, and then each of these 5 days, that's 1 week. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This is a 3 week plan. So preparation plan. Okay, so let me write it here. 3 week preparation plan. This is your 3 week preparation plan. Please follow this 3 week preparation plan. Please do it. Follow it. If you follow it, you will get your certification. Absolutely. You see, just tick the marks. Tick, 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 tick the marks. Okay? Now, going back, let's go back to now the last part. The last part of this session is the 15 drag and drop questions. Okay, these questions, usually my team, they understand, some of them they memorize, because you might get the similar questions to them. Okay, so these questions are always about drag and drop. And you will see in our video, which we will share with you, about the software for the exam. You just take from the left and drag on the right. So match the tool with the project task. Online built-in boards, chat rooms, video conferencing, or version control system. Now, which one is a routine information, which one is a team discussion, which one is a project deliverables, and which one is negotiation? Of course, and here I share with you immediately the answers. So online bulletin boards, these are for routine information. Chat rooms, these are for team discussion. Video conferencing, these are for negotiations. And version control system, these, we use it for the product deliverables to control the versions. Okay? All right. Next question. Match the description with the role. Discuss interdependencies within other projects. Assign acceptance criteria and set goals, and assume leadership as needed. Which one is done by the Scrum Master? Which one is done by the servant leader? Which one done is the one is done by the product owner? Of course, discussing interdependencies with other projects, that's done by the Scrum Master. Assigning acceptance criteria and setting goals, that's done by the product owner. And assuming leadership as needed, that's done by the servant leader. Okay. Next one, match the explanation with the term. Workers are reluctant to finish tasks early so as not to communicate their efficiency and set precedence for future tasks. An activity is not ready to start and the preceding activity finishes early, resulting in lost time between activities. Procrastination activities can use up valuable slack built into the activity duration, and workers use all the time allocated for an activity regardless of how long it actually takes to complete the task. Which one is a Parkinson's law? Which one is a self-protection? Which one is a student syndrome? And which one is a dropped button? So actually, explanation number one, this is a self-protection because they don't want to tell that they have finished early, so they don't, they don't like raise the bar, let's say. This one, second answer is a drop button. So a task is not ready to start, so it impacts the result, the next tasks. Procrastination, this is absolutely student syndrome. And the workers, they use all the time allocated for an activity, regardless how long it takes. This is a Parkinson's law. Okay? Next one, match the mitigation strategy with the action on the right. The project manager identified the threat, discussed it with the sponsor, and bought an insurance plan to handle it. The project manager analyzed the threat, took action to reduce the probability of occurrence, and conducted some additional tests. The project manager determined the threat was severe and acted promptly to handle this risk by changing project strategies and reducing project scope. And the project manager identified the threat and decided to review it periodically rather than take action. And the project manager studied the threat and found it is out of their authority and scope. Which one is mitigate, accept, avoid, escalate, or transfer? Of course, bought an insurance, that's transfer. So I give you the answers. Took action to reduce probability of occurrence, that's mitigate. Here, changed strategies, that's avoid. Okay. Here, decide to review it without taking action, that's actually accept. And here, the threat is out of their authority and scope, well, that's absolutely escalate. Next one, team will measure the progress and convert it to equivalent dollar value. Team will measure progress and compare it to base schedule. Team will show a graphical representation of actual progress, trend progress, and planned progress. And team will show the progress with measurement of cost and schedule. Which one is value of work, schedule performance index, earned values calculation, S curve. Of course, the easy one is graphical representation number 3. This is an S curve. Okay. Here, measuring the progress converted to equivalent dollar value. That's the value of work done, the earned value, which we saw in the last session. Here, the team will measure the progress compared to base schedule. This is absolutely SPI, Schedule Performance Index. And the last one, showing the progress with measurement of cost and schedule. This is absolutely an earned value calculation. Number 6, emotional intelligence, networking, conflict management, and leadership. Guys, we will finish in 20 minutes. Now, the drag and drop questions, they're quite easy. We will finish them in 10 minutes. And then in 10 minutes, I need to tell you about the next steps. Okay, the next steps. So please don't leave. Don't leave. Stay with us. Please don't quit. Okay, we will finish. All right. So emotional intelligence, networking, conflict management, and leadership. Now, here are the scenarios. 2 team members are not agreeing with each other about a work item. Before the situation gets out of hand, the project manager interrupts and asks them to take a break and come back to the discussion later. A team member always yells and swears, making others uncomfortable. The project manager manages the group's emotions so that others do not feel uncomfortable and asks the person to manage their emotions. The project manager communicates the vision to stakeholders and inspires them to support the work and outcomes of the project. And the project manager values a developer on the team who always interacts with partners and is very good resource for making positive, lasting contacts. Now, here in scenario one, we have like members not agreeing, uh, they have conflict, so the project manager interrupts and asks for a break. So this is absolutely conflict management. Scenario B, here we have yelling, swearing, uncomfortable, managing emotions, don't feel uncomfortable again. So this is about emotional intelligence. Scenario C, here like communicating the vision to the stakeholders, inspiring them. This is charismatic leadership. So this is absolutely leadership. And the last scenario here, there is a developer who always interacts with the partners, keeps long, positive, lasting contacts. So this is networking. Next one, competitive differentiators. A product can provide description of how credit card data privacy is handled when a user makes a purchase, and confirmation that a test successfully showed that a user mistake is well handled. Now, which one is definition of done? Which one is a product backlog? And which one is a product vision? Of course, when we talk about competitive differentiators, which our product can provide us with, this should be put in the product vision. How data privacy is handled. This is absolutely put in the product backlog as a requirement or as an acceptance criteria. And here, test successfully showed a mistake is well handled. This is like definition of done, because definition of done mentions like we need to have successful testing. Next one, a team member explains that they will not finish their assignment because they have no experience in the activity. The product owner receives a new requirement from the stakeholders and includes them in the product backlog. The team has decided to commit 10% more than the team's capacity in the next iteration and presents it to the product owner. And the team identifies that its velocity went down about 40% in the last iteration and then documents the root cause. Which one is done in the iteration review meeting? Which one is done in the retrospective meeting, daily stand-up, and iteration planning? Now, here are the answers. Of course, here the team member explaining they will not finish their assignment. They can say that in the daily stand-up. That's a roadblock. That's an impediment. The product owner receiving new requirements. That should be done in the review meeting. Now, the team, they decide to commit 10% more than their capacity. That can be done in the planning meeting. And here, the team, they see that their velocity went down and they would like to document the root cause. Documenting the root cause, this happens in the retrospective meeting. Next drag and drop question. I am waiting for resources from another team before I can continue on the story. I finished my story, but found that the acceptance criteria caused a conflict with another story, and I had to work on something that was not on the task board. Which one is a form of an example for escalate, create or modify a story, or ask the product owner? Of course, and here are the answers. Now, if I have a roadblock, then here I need to escalate. Here there is a problem with the story or with the tasks. Okay, then here I need to ask the product owner like about the acceptance criteria. Okay, and here like I had to work on something that was not on the task board. Then here this is absolutely like create a new task or a new story. Next one, which one is a technical risk, commercial risk, management risk, and external risk? Availability of resources for the documentation and user manual preparation needs as this was not originally planned to be taken up by the project team. Okay, this like availability of resources. This is absolutely a management risk. Availability of output formats of the files and interface with the data and record management systems as they're not available with the project manager. Like we're talking about formats, files, systems. This is absolutely technical risk. Now, the interfaces to medical devices require support from vendors. This is absolutely commercial risk and needs regulatory compliance and clear standards for incorporation into the system. Always regulatory compliance. This is external risk. Okay, providing senior management with information to give them a pulse of where the project stands, explaining the business what the project team has accomplished in an iteration, having limited time for requirements elicitation, having many stakeholders with information, establishing control limits on the project to prevent too much work from being conducted in a sprint. Which one takes place in a sprint review? What is which one is information radiator, which one is a Kanban task board, and which one is Pareto graph. All right. Now, here are the answers. Now, providing senior management information of where we are. This is absolutely information radiator, like Kanban, like, any information radiator tool, we share. Telling the business that the team has accomplished an iteration. This happens in a sprint review. Having limited time for eliciting requirements and many stakeholders with information, then we need to apply Pareto for prioritization. And here, establishing control limits to prevent too much work from being included in a sprint. This is done in a Kanban board. Continuous delivery, spikes, behavior-driven development, BDD, and test-driven development, TDD. Now, the team needs to investigate a new approach. The team builds the demo first and adds feature to the initial product. The team knows the acceptance criteria and needs to work backward, and the business analyst has written use cases before sprints started. Now, here are the answers. Now, the team needs to investigate a new approach. This usually happens in a spike, like when the team asks for more time for research. The team builds the demo first and adds the feature to the initial product. Now, this one here is a form of continuous delivery. Like we first build the demo and then we add features to the initial product as a continuous delivery. The team knows the acceptance criteria and needs to work backward. Like we know how the product will be accepted, and then we start developing. Well, this is a form of test-driven development. Okay. It's one of the agile approaches, test-driven development. The business analyst has written use cases before the sprint started. Use cases, they describe the behavior. Okay, so this is a behavior-driven development. Roadblock to achieving changes, appetite for change by leading by example, change tolerant, and change associated with agile. Now, this is the organizational characteristic, and here are the scenarios. Organization's willingness to shift the way it views, reviews, and assesses employees. Work is decomposed into department silos, creating dependencies that prevent accelerated delivery. Decomposing work into iterative prototypes involves rework and needs change management techniques to address the hurdle of transitioning to agile. And the Scrum Master tries to use agile techniques and practices wherever possible. Here are the answers. Okay, so here, like the Scrum Master tries to use agile techniques and practices wherever possible. This is absolutely appetite for change by leading by example. So the Scrum Master is setting the example. Okay, decomposing work into iterative prototypes. Having rework and applying change management techniques in order to transition to agile. This is change associated with agile. Now, work is decomposed into department silos, and there are dependencies which prevent accelerated delivery. These are absolutely roadblocks. And here, the organization is willing to shift the way it views, reviews, and assesses employees. This is change tolerant or willingness to change. Willingness to change or change tolerant. And the last one, I think this is the last one or before the last one. Estimate time compound mixing duration and include it in the project schedule. Assign story points, the stories in the backlog. Get team member support to estimate duration or complexity, and make sure each project phase ends when the iteration ends and vice versa. Which one happens in agile, which one happens in waterfall, which one happens in a hybrid, and which one happens in all methodologies. Now, assigning story points, here are the answers. Assigning story points, this is absolutely in agile, asking the team members to support the estimate. This happens in all the methodologies, making sure the project phase ends when the iteration ends. Now here we have project phase from waterfall, iteration from agile. This is absolutely hybrid. Then we are left with estimating this task duration and included the project schedule. Project schedule, this is waterfall. All right. Oh, the last one, I think this is the last one. Are controlled as requirements and constraints emerge, are elaborated frequently during delivery, are continuously involved, and are controlled by detailed planning. Which ones are key stakeholders, changes, risk and cost, and requirements? Here are the answers. So actually, key stakeholders, answer A, they are continuously involved. changes, they're controlled as requirements and constraints emerge. Risk and cost, okay, they are controlled by detailed planning, and the requirements, they are elaborated frequently during delivery. Okay? All right, guys. These drag and drop questions, most of my team members, they memorize them because in the PMP exam, they might get very similar questions. They might get very similar questions. Now, what time is it? It's almost 9 p.m. GMT plus one almost. Guys, listen. What are the next steps? Now, please write down these next steps. Later, we will share with you a post, the summary post of session 12. Later today, we will share with you the summary post and the form for entering the code. Please enter the code. Let me go back to a very important slide, this slide. So please enter the code in the form, like and share the summary post. Now, the forms will be closed by the 3rd of March at 23:59. Okay, you will start receiving your certifications on 5th of March. Between 5th of March and 10th of March, you will start receiving your certifications, your training completion certifications, if you have completed all the steps. Tomorrow, we will share with you the surprises. Actually, the slides with the surprises, you will have them in the summary post of this session 12. You see, sorry, tomorrow. Tomorrow, when we share with you we will share with you later the post about the summary of this session, and the summary of the session, it will contain the slides, about the surprises, in case you want to use them, you want to have them. Okay. On Sunday, or on Saturday, or on Sunday, we will share with you a post with the tips and tricks from this session. On Monday, we will share with you a video about how to respond to audit and how to schedule your exam, how to pay for your exam. Then we will on Tuesday, we'll share with you a video how to schedule your exam. Okay. And also we will share with you a link how you can get access to our internal education platform. You can wait for the link, or you can simply go to Google, write Ben Hamouda Consulting, click on PMP, and choose the option you would like to have. Okay? But please remember, and this is the most important thing I will tell you, our journey will not stop here. Our journey will not stop here. We will be following with you. We will be sharing posts with you. We will be sharing content with you. We will be sharing information with you. Look, guys, if you think I have helped you, if you think me and my team have helped you during this journey, if you think we really did our best with you, please listen to this. If you think we really did our best with you, if you think I did all the possible effort with you, I think there are few of you who told me this, and even they wrote this as a comment on LinkedIn. Some of you people told me that they had training, PMP training before in Canada, in Germany, in Asia, in the Gulf region, in the Arab world, in Africa, in America, in Latin America, in Europe. Many of you told me, really, they even wrote this in comments on LinkedIn, and they told me this on the phone or on WhatsApp. Ahmed, I've had training before, but training with you is absolutely different, is absolutely much enlightening, or much richer in terms of content, like with much better explanation. I've heard this. If you think I've did a good job with you guys, if you think I have provided you with everything I know, please stay connected with me. Really, I mean, this support I'm getting from you, this enthusiasm, it's pushing me forward. It's really pushing me forward so much. This way I can really be like, I enjoy it. You see, I can, when I see people are appreciating the effort I'm making, are valuing what I'm doing, it really, I'm building a community. I need you to understand this. I am trying to build a community of project management lovers, project management gurus, project management enthusiasts. I'm really trying to build that. Okay. So let's stay connected, guys. Really, don't lose the focus. Don't lose the interest during March, April, May, June, July. Stay connected with us, guys. Really, the more you support us, the more we're happy and the more we give. Remember this, really. It's like it makes us know like we're going in the right direction. We have built a very beautiful and nice community of project management lovers. Guys, I love project management. I breathe project management. I live project management. And you're part of this project. So really, I am doing all my best to share with you the maximum I can. Believe me, guys, what we have shared with you in these 12 sessions is exactly what we're sharing with our internal students. Just our internal students, they have access to the education platform. So they have access to exams, they have access to documentation. But the content wise, we have shared with you everything. Even your presentation is better than theirs. There were a few things improved. Okay. So I want to tell you, thank you so much for being part of this journey. Really, all your comments, all your posts, they make me feel so good. I love you really from the bottom of my heart. I'm serious. I'm not saying this just because, it's the last session. I'm serious. I love you from the bottom of my heart. To all the believers in God, I wish you a happy Ramadan, Ramadan Kareem to everyone. So please, I repeat it, Ramadan Kareem, happy Ramadan to every believer in God. Okay? Thank you so much. I really wish you a safe fasting. I wish you a happy holy month. Okay? Everyone else in the world, it's been really a pleasure. We have people from Latin America following us in this training, people from Asia, from Africa, from Europe, from North America, from Australia, from Russia. One of the most faithful students, is from Russia. She keeps talking to me every week, like, she's excited. So really, thank you so much, everyone. It's been a pleasure. And let's stay connected. Let's stay connected on LinkedIn. Thank you so much, everyone. And we will keep updating you on WhatsApp. Don't leave WhatsApp groups. Please don't leave the WhatsApp groups. Stay in the WhatsApp groups. Please don't leave. There will be always updates. There will be always something to share with you. Thank you so much, everyone. I wish you a nice rest of the evening, a nice weekend, and we will do our best to share with you the summary post in 1 hour or 2 hours from now. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Really, I love you. I love you all. Really, thank you so much. Really, and have a great rest of the evening.